take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to picking me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to lose. But I only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood dinner. Juice stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that drill, yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. She gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I buy like 23. Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here.
Kick it and go, kick it and go. We'll step on, spin move, and zone, let's go. From sideline to touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. We'll step on, spin move, and zone, let's go. From sideline to touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Running it back, never a cap, out of the draft, watching me bounce.
Today, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, the final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. Taken in the end zone, and this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. On first down, Breeze. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
Drew Brees sacked.
A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Switch up. 55, Mike, 55.
Another try after the first down sack. Breeze. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Shotgun now for Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Chase Young in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. So here's Washington now in excellent field position to start things out. And they'll be led out by their quarterback in his 5th season now, the former number 2 overall pick, Carson Wentz.
And I like his honesty, because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say, that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone throwing the ball, put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy, but somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about is when he told us about the defense kind of corralling him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll layer this one out deep for... This is caught inside the 15.
Wentz's pass.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 46 yards on the play. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
The Washington ball carrier.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 84 yards and a touch. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded in the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So back onto the field. Here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And you can see by the X next to their name, they have clinched the NFC East already. For the moment, though, they would host a wild card game in round 1.
And for me, it brings back memories about how tough it is to win this division. Not just in recent years, but think about the decades that have stacked up where we've said the NFC East, always one of the toughest divisions in the NFL.
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by Morgan Burnett. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Breeze. And he'll get this underneath to Bell. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, Baker. This is Gibson. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Down and 10 yards.
He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up.
His kick is good.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
25-yard line.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
30-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
There's the ball carrier.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. This is complete to Watkins on the slam.
That's good.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Catch made by Fulgham. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A screen to Bell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Jake Elliott. On for the field goal, a 40-yard attempt.
Pretty entertaining start. 14 all the score on EA Sports.
14-14.
The kick by Elliott is good.
The field goal
And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead.
The score, Eagles 17, Washington 14.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays and the net result 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. Washington will take over.
Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. Even though they might not find the #1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And Washington has retaken the lead. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, 1 play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, 1 play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Now we see Sammy Watkins getting ready to go again on offense. Unless he has a Julio Jones-type 300-yard game in him that Julio did against the Panthers in 2016. Probably not going to reach 1,000, but still pretty good year.
I think you're right. It's a pretty good year for him, but let's face it, every receiver's dream is to have a game like Julio Jones had against the Carolina Panthers. It's 300 yards on the nose, and it didn't matter what coverage they sent his way. He solved it each and every time. Maybe our guy can get that way in this ballgame. Let's see.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control, and you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
2nd down and 10.
Now Breeze again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
Now Breeze on third down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 12.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle move.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is caught inside the 5. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack. Taken down at the 2. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
2 yards.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. And with that, the lead is up to 8. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
21-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
3rd and
To throw is Breeze. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Now Cortland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done and in a big way.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. Going to give it to Love. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Touchdown. Bryce Love as the first half is winding down. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the 2nd half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
From the 29, Breeze. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target. And it's 3rd and 4. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Breeze now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bell. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final shot before half for Breeze. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL.
We now proceed to the start of the 2nd half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the 2nd half of Week 17 is underway. This taken in about 4 yards deep.
Washington will take over.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. He'll let this go deep for... And got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. Cortland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. So from back deep in their own territory, all the way into the end zone, do you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And he finds the tight end, Rodgers.
Breeze.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Nice rhythm throw there.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll start the drive with Love here. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Washington ball carrier.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Wentz's pass.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Gain on the play. First down.
Wentz now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
On play action, it's Wentz. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll pull it down. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. It'll be Love to try and get the first. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Running to start the drive is Love. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Cortland Sutton, his 21st. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On 1st down, here's Love. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
A gain of 14. And the Washington 1st down.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. He completes this to Sutton. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now for Love. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. On second down now, it's Love.
Bryce Love on the handoff.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Bryce Love, the ball.
And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
A gain of 5.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run with Love. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Love. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Stop short of the goal line. A pickup of 2. Brings up
on 2nd down, Love. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. From the gun, it's Wentz. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Looking for Inman deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 29.
Today's finals, Washington.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So
T-Rack got me.
Hit boy on the beat, so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check, not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You know, I sat down with my accountant. He said I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you make more. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spend more. Okay. Look, sometimes you need the faith. Sometimes you need to wait. Sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but in front of the bay. You can't negotiate with Drake. You gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage. The mainframe, loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
Grew
grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Ridiculous with words, such a force of nature. I don't wanna seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I wanna see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. Cause I deserve that, it's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, I earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a fool. Oh. Men gon' lie, women gon' lie. You're looking for the truth and the numbers don't hide. Looking for the root of all evil, then you need to go open up the briefcase, see with your eyes. Everybody claim to be greatest of all times, but they never spend a day in the rain in the front line. No lie. Stop playing on my phone line. Pull up in the space coupe with the roof optional. Wonder why they follow suit. I've been groomed from the womb. Came out of my mama with some running tennis shoes. Faster than the speeding bullet. No, it's cool, it's cool. Don't play with it, baby. What you gonna do?
Sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it to go. Now I get it to go. Now I get it to go. Now I get it to go.
Prime time over grind game, over time's up. Play my cards, dealt my hand, ain't really no time for luck. Either you got it, you don't. Lie to yourself if you won't. I put my team on my back, did what I could, what I had. Now I'll be all in my bag. Copy and paste with the swag. Bet you can't do it like me. All my winners on repeat. Take your L like a boss. Stand 10 toes on your feet. I can never take a loss. I ain't set up for defeat. 4 Giottos on the truck. I had a dream and it stuck. Living my life cause we up. Looking back like where the love. So I be hella low key. But contrary to belief, loyalty runs deep. I keep my ear to the streets. Struggle turned me to a beast. I'm off the chain, I'm off the leash. But baby girl, I play for keeps. Told my brother lately, I've been scheming. Against all odds like Willie Beeman. I've been grinding lately, this my season. Lord knows I'm trying to find my reason. Lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Came from the bottom, rose through the cracks. Spotlight on you, boy, how you gon' act?
Hey, I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it to go. Now I get it to go. Now I get it to go. Now I get it to go.
Ain't it crazy how them tables turn? You can fold or you can stand firm. I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned. I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch you work, watch him hate, watch him lurk. Can't relate, watch you skirt. Out the mud, out the dirt, above the waters, in the murks, out the gate, on site. Red breed, red tight, set the bar, take flight. Yeah, I been grinding since a youngin', they told me my timing was coming. I been hustling with no fun and forget all the fame, get the money. I'm out in LA where it's sunny. I been eating since a youngin', since we ain't have food in our tummy. The life we was living ain't funny, but you cannot take nothing from me. Put that on my mama, my daughter, my cousin, my brother, I'll show you. Way better than I can tell you. The type of dreams that they sell you. That's why I learned from my failures. Don't do the handouts or the favors. Told my brother I'ma get this paper. Was left behind, I'll see it later. To keep it real, you don't need to wait up. Lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Came from the bottom, rose through the cracks. Spotlight on you, but how you gon' act?
Hey, I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it to go. 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 Hey, I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it to go. 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 I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it to go. Now I get it to go.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, can't resist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash.